Now the question comes, why WebDriver equal to new Chrome driver? Why not directly create the type as a class only, right? So at times it happens, let's say I've got an Excel sheet, and in Excel I got such requirement that I need to read the browser value from the Excel. Let's say the browser is written over here as Chrome. If it is Chrome over here, this code should work on Chrome. If it is Firefox, this should work on Firefox, and if it is IE, this should work on IE. So how are we going to do that? Let's suppose I have read this value. I've written a code for reading value from Excel. In our later lectures, we're going to see how to do Excel reading and writing. But for the time being, let's take an example. Let's say I got this value public static string browser as Chrome. Now this value we got it from Excel sheet, right? Now if the value is Chrome over here, the below code should work on Chrome. If it is Firefox, this should work on Firefox. So what should we gonna write over here? We're gonna write something like if browser dot equals Chrome, then do the stuff for Chrome. And then I'm going to remove this from here and add it over here. Then I'll say else if browsers dot equals Firefox, run it for Firefox driver and create an object of Firefox driver, right? And for the timing, let's assume there is no WebDriver interface. So I'm going to declare the type as Chrome driver. For this, I'm going to declare the type as Firefox driver, right? And same way, else if, or if it is IE, then IE driver dot setup, and there should be Internet Explorer driver equal to new Internet Explorer driver, and say Control Shift O will import the package, right? So this is how we should be doing it. Now if you take a look over here, the driver references over here are throwing some error. Why? Because it says cannot be resolved, either create a local variable. It means it is not able to access this variable value. The variable value is defined over here, which has got this much scope only, right? Same way, this driver reference has got a scope within this block only. This driver reference has got a scope within this block only. So either what we can do, we can declare it globally. So I can even go over here and I'll declare it globally by saying, let's say public static Chrome driver. So if you're declaring it globally, you need to remove it from here so that it should also access the global value. Now it is accessing the global value. Now if you go down, you'll see that all these things are accessing the global value. So if I run this thing right now, you're going to see that it works absolutely fine. Now on the runtime, I want to change the value from Chrome to Firefox. So what I'll do is I'll go over here and update it to Firefox. Now tell me what will happen. If I run this now, will it gonna launch Firefox and execute everything? Or will it gonna error out in the beginning itself? So straightforwardly, as soon as I run it, it will gonna error out. So what it will gonna do? Will it gonna run or will it gonna error out? Let's try executing it one by one. See what happens when you click on run, immediately it will go inside main method. The very first thing it will gonna check whether the browser is equal to Chrome. So right now here the browser is not equal to Chrome. Where it will go? It will go inside else if. and will check whether the browser is equal to Firefox. And it will actually find the browser is Firefox only. So if the browser is Firefox, it will gonna execute these two statements. And after executing these two statements, what happened? The Firefox browser will gonna launch. So when I run this, it will launch the browser. After launching the browser, where it will go? It will see else if condition is satisfied. Now it will jump over here and will try to execute this driver.get. But this driver, where it is coming from? See, right now these two lines got executed. So the driver reference that was initialized is still inside this block, right? This is not the driver reference which is initialized over here. This is the driver reference which is coming from here, and this is not yet initialized, right? This driver is still null. You can even write it like this. Even if you don't write, it means this is null. So what it is doing, it is trying to access the null driver. Initially, it got initialized when we have given the value as Chrome, because when we say Chrome, it will check if the browser is Chrome. Yes, then it will execute this and then execute this. So this driver is coming from Chrome driver. But now when I change it to Firefox, this driver is coming from this Firefox driver, which is inside this block only. So the scope is limited to this block. So this thing will get executed absolutely fine. But when it goes over here, it will search for the driver reference. This will get the driver reference of Chrome driver, which is not yet initialized, which is still null. So if in case you try to access any value which is not yet initialized, which is not initialized with any object, which is still null, it will actually going to throw null pointer exception. So if I save this and run now, you're going to see that it will launch Firefox browser, but then it will throw a null pointer exception. See, it launches, so it's not navigating. And if you look over here, null pointer exception. Where? At the same line that we are discussing, test browser Java 36. If you look over here, this is the line where we got null pointer exception, because this value is not yet initialized. So what to do? Either declare this as well global. So I'll go over here and say public static Firefox driver. But I cannot have two driver reference with different type. This will be treated as a duplicate variable. These are two different variables with same name. See, duplicate variables. The fix is either make it driver 1. But if you make it driver 1, then you're going to see that below code is following driver. Then you need to write another code for driver 1, and same way for I you need to write it driver 2. So this should be like driver 2 and this should be driver 1. And if you have written 100 lines of code for driver, then you need to write 100 lines of code for driver 1, 100 lines of code for driver 2, which is not feasible. Or else can we do one thing? I'll just remove this from here. So this driver is equal to new Chrome driver, and I'll remove this Firefox driver as well. If I remove this Firefox driver, it means Chrome driver equal to new Firefox driver, which is not correct, right? Chrome driver equal to new IE driver. Again, this is not correct, right? Either the type of this should be of the same class or should be of some super type. It cannot be of any other class. I cannot say a string driver equal to new Firefox driver. This will not gonna work, right? This will not gonna work. String is also a class. I cannot give any reference. I cannot say Chrome driver equal to new Firefox driver. This is wrong. So what should come over here? How we should solve this issue? This will gonna look it through some practical example. Now what I'm gonna do, before we look at this example, before we understand why this issue actually occurred, I'm gonna show you some architecture of WebDriver. Now, in order to understand the architecture, what I will be doing is I'll be designing a dummy WebDriver in front of you. Same way like Simon Stewart may have started building a WebDriver, right? How he has added classes for different browsers, right? Although not the actual WebDriver architecture is quite huge, but it's just a dummy one in a very simple way in order to make you understand why exactly we will be needing WebDriver, right? So let's say what I'll do, I'll close this project for the timing. I'll close it. I'll just click on close project. We can reopen it later on. So what I'll do, I'll design a new Java project, as in like I'm going to design a WebDriver API, right? We know that WebDriver is an API. So what I'll do, I'll write over here WebDriver API. So in WebDriver API, what Simon Stewart has done, he has created different classes for every browser. If in case you want to work with Firefox, there's a class called as Firefox driver, right? If you look over here, you'll find this class over here. Let's search for it. Firefox driver. There's the class. Now this class is inside a package. So they have created a package something like this, and package information can be provided over here. I'll click on finish. Now what are packages? Packages are nothing. These are folder structures, right? There is a naming convention given to the package. Package as in, let's say my company is way2automation.com, and I'm working on a project of Selenium in which I'm handling a module of Firefox. So this will be written in a reverse order: com.w2a.selenium.firefox. Similarly, openqa.org is a community, is a website which is taking care of a Selenium project and a module Firefox. So this is how they have designed a package naming convention, and this is how it works in industry as well. Now, if you look at these things, these are different folders basically. This class is inside 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth folder. So as in, if I take you to the root directory, that is source folder, you simply need to say Alt Enter, and you should be able to open this source folder. Open this, you'll find a folder called org, OpenQA, Selenium, Firefox, and this is the Firefox driver class. Now why the class is maintained like this? I can directly create a class inside a source folder as well, right? Without any package. This is because, let's say, if I take up a layman example, let's say I can keep everything inside C drive directly, be it my official documents, my personal documents, some movies, some songs, right? Anything that I want to store, I can directly store it in C drive as well. But at times, let's say there are 1,000 files in C drive and I want to search for a particular file, then I'll be scrolling the entire C drive, right? So the more manageable way is to create different folders. Folders with, let's say, 2019, 2018, 2017. Inside that as well, one folder for movies, one folder for songs, one folder for personal documents, for official documents. Under that, I can create some further folders, subfolders as well, right? And I can place the files accordingly. I can manage them accordingly. So that if I want to search for any particular file for a particular date, I can directly go into that folder. And same thing happens in the Java project as well. So just not like you will be creating only one class. It may happen there could be 100 of classes. If you see over here, the Java document, it contains huge collection of classes. And if you click on different classes, you will see different packages. See, all the classes are in different packages. This is in a different package, right? So packages are nothing, these are folder structures. This is how classes are maintained. Because if I keep all, let's say, 100 classes from a project in directly inside source folder, and then if I want to search for a particular functionality in a particular class, I'll be scrolling through the entire source folder. So that is not manageable. That is why, in order to manage things, we divide it into different folders, which are called as packages in Java. Right. So we already have a detailed discussion on what package is in our core Java sessions. So if you have not gone through it, just go through the lecture which contains this packages in depth. Right. So now let's say if I talk about this Firefox driver, they have created this class specifically for Firefox browser. Now anything that you may want to do with Firefox, you'll find a method inside this class. Let's assume, right? Let's say if you want to click, type, anything you want to do, you'll find a method inside it over here. Although there is a parent class as well, but let's forget about it, right? Because I'm going to design this architecture in a very simple way. It's not the actual WebDriver API. It's a dummy API, right? So let's say they've created couple of methods. In order to get title, they've created a method called as get title. Same way, in order to click on any element, they've created a method called as click. In order to type in any element, they've created a method called as type. Now instead of type, they named it as send keys. Right. So let's define these three methods only for the timing. So right now it's a dummy API. So I'm just going to print something. It is not going to get the actual title. It is just going to print getting the title from current page. Same way for clicking, they may have written an actual code over here for clicking on an element, but I'm going to print something like clicking on an element. And same thing goes for typing in an element. But as I said, these methods are specifically designed for Firefox. Let's assume. So over here, I can write getting the title from the current page in Firefox. Right? I'll just add in Firefox in all the methods. So that we'll come to know that these methods belongs to Firefox. Right? And now same thing, clicking I can do in Chrome as well, in IE as well. Get title I can do in Chrome and IE as well, right? Send keys, typing I can do in any browser, right? So these methods should be common for other browsers as well, right? So what they did, they created another class called as Chrome driver to handle the Chrome browser. And here the package is Chrome, a different package. Now same thing I can do it in Chrome as well, as in I'll just copy these things and paste it over here. But here the definition of these methods should be specific to Chrome. So I'm going to write Chrome over here instead of Firefox. Chrome. Right. And same thing goes for IE. Let's create one for IE as well. Internet Explorer driver. Oh, this is also inside a package. So we need to create a new package for IE. The package is org.openqa.selenium.ie. So I'll move this inside this package. Right, you'll be able to see all these things from here. So Chrome is this OpenQA Selenium Chrome, and same goes for IE. You'll find the class IE over here. That is Internet Explorer driver, which is inside this package, right? And same thing that we can do it in Chrome, we can do the same stuff in IE as well. So clicking, typing, getting the title, all these things should be common to all browsers. But the definition should be specific to that class, right? So I'm gonna write over here. Now let's assume this entire WebDriver API, everything is built. Now I want to test my website using Firefox. So what I'll do for testing, I'll be creating one test package over here. I'll name it as test cases. And assuming that the entire WebDriver is already built, right, we want to test our website. So I'll be creating a new class over here, say test browser with the main method. And I want to test things on Firefox. So first I'll be creating an object of Firefox driver equal to new Firefox driver. This is how we actually do. Right, now this class is inside a package, so we first need to import that package org openqs selenium Firefox on the Firefox driver class. And now we're gonna call the method driver dot get title. Before that, there should be a method which should navigate to a website as well, right? So I'll create a method public void get which accepts a URL. So navigating to the URL in Firefox. Right, same thing we can do in all other browser classes. In Chrome, same thing in IE. Right. Now over here, I'll call another method driver.get. Go to the website http waytoautomation.com. Then I'll say driver.click and driver.send keys. Right. If I run this thing right now, everything will work specific to Firefox. You can see things are running specific to Firefox. Navigating to the URL in Firefox, getting the title of the current page in Firefox, clicking on an element. But before we execute all these methods, I want the browser should also launch. And we have seen the launching of browser part was there inside the constructor. Right? There was no method for launching browser. As soon as you create an object of a class, the browser will launch. So what I'll do, I'll go inside this Firefox driver and will create a constructor by saying public and the constructor, and this should be responsible for launching Firefox. Same thing goes for Chrome. There should be a constructor having the same name as of the class name, Chrome driver, and should be responsible for launching Chrome. And same for IE. And this should be responsible for launching IE. Now if I go over here, if I again run this, the very first thing that will happen is launching Firefox and executing all the code in Firefox. Same thing if I change this to Chrome driver equal to new Chrome driver and run this, things will start working on Chrome. But again, the same question comes. If I want to decide this thing on the runtime after reading value from Excel, let's say I do the same stuff over here, public static string browser equal to Firefox. So if the browser is Firefox, below code should run on Firefox. So what we did initially, we have written a logic like if browser dot equals Chrome, then it should create an object of Chrome driver class. Right? Else if they should create an object of Firefox driver class. Just be with me for some time. You should be able to understand why we are actually doing it. If this is IE, and this should be Internet Explorer driver equal to new Internet Explorer. Control Shift F will align everything properly and import it. Again, same scenario, driver reference is not accessible, so we'll declare it globally. We'll say public static Chrome driver, right, and remove the Chrome driver from here. This is the same scenario that we tested with the actual API. So if I run this, null pointer exception. Why? Because see, if we have given Firefox over here, if I give Chrome over here, it will run absolutely fine. All the things should work on Chrome. Why? Because the reference is of Chrome driver. So it will create an object of Chrome driver, and then from the same object reference, you are calling these methods. But if it is of Firefox, then when you run it, it will launch Firefox. See, if I run this, it launches Firefox. But over here, it has thrown a null pointer exception. See, Java line 23. Because this driver is coming from Chrome driver, which is null. And we have given the value as Firefox. So over here, Firefox is initialized with this new Firefox driver, not Chrome driver. That is the reason we got null pointer exception over here. So how to overcome this? In order to overcome this, they have created something called as WebDriver. And what WebDriver is? WebDriver is an interface. So just copy this and create it over here. This is how they have created interface, which is inside a package. This is the root package. Now, what do we have in interface? We have all these methods. What all are there in the class? Method like get, method like get title, right? So I'll be defining public void get string URL, but I cannot give the body to this method. Otherwise, it will throw an error. See, it will say that abstract method do not specify a body. So this should be abstract method without body. Same thing, public void click, public void send keys. What all methods that we have defined, public void get title, in those classes we need to add it over here as an abstract method without any definition, because the definition is provided in the class, not in the interface. Interface methods are abstract methods, they don't have method body. So what is the benefit of doing it? Now what they have done after designing this, they have actually, if you see, implementing classes. They have implemented this WebDriver interface in all the browser classes. So in all the classes, Firefox driver will say implements WebDriver and import this. Same thing goes for Chrome and for IE. Now, what is the benefit of doing it? What is the benefit of doing it? This should not be right. Just a minute. The benefit is now what I can do when I call this Firefox or Chrome, and when I do something like Firefox driver equal to new Firefox driver. This is how we do it. Now instead of doing this, I can also do WebDriver equal to new Firefox driver and import WebDriver. This will also work. So over here in the beginning, instead of Chrome driver, when we create an object Chrome driver equal to new Chrome driver, instead of doing this, I can also say WebDriver equal to new Chrome driver, and WebDriver equal to new Internet Explorer driver, WebDriver equal to new Firefox driver. So type will remain the same, right? So instead of writing Chrome driver over here, if I write WebDriver, if I write WebDriver and remove all these types and assign it as generic type, which says WebDriver driver equal to new Chrome driver, driver equal to new Firefox driver, driver equal to new IE driver, based on the value. So if the value is Firefox, if I run this, the entire code will run on Firefox. If it is IE, save this, run this, and entire code will run on IE. And same way, if it is Chrome, then the entire code will run on Chrome. And this is the same thing that we need to do over there. So I'll just close this. Although the actual API is very huge, right? We're going to discuss about that API as well. But before that, if I open this project once again, see, at times you may see some errors showing up over here. Just try to refresh your project. Even if refreshing is not working, just right click, Maven, update project, click OK. But before that, the error is due to some other reason. The error was due to this reference. We were saying Chrome driver equal to new Internet Explorer driver, which is incorrect, which is not correct. So instead of this, I can give WebDriver and import it, Control Shift O, WebDriver added. Now we can say WebDriver driver equal to Chrome driver, new Firefox driver, new IE driver, and whichever value you have given over here. If you give Firefox, let me comment out this close, otherwise it may error out. If you give Firefox and run this, the code should start working on Firefox first. Right? It worked absolutely fine. And same thing if you do it for Chrome, instead of doing changes in the code, you're just changing the value over here. And when you run this, we're going to see Chrome browser launched and the entire execution happened on Chrome. So this is why we use WebDriver, and this is what they have clearly mentioned over here. It is hope that you write your test against this interface so that you may swipe in a more fully featured browser when there is a requirement for one. So at times you need to switch between different classes or different browsers on the runtime. In that case, you will be using this WebDriver interface. Right, so this is very important. So normally we'll be doing it directly only, the WebDriver driver equal to new Chrome driver or new Firefox driver. But in case you want to switch in between the browsers, this is one of the way that you will be following. Right, that is what WebDriver driver equal to new Firefox driver. We'll be looking at some more lectures in this course in order to get a clear understanding of what WebDriver is and how I am going to use these classes. So this is what we will be discussing it in our upcoming sessions. All right, thank you.